Dr. Mercy is an international leader, a Nigerian female agriculture development specialist with 35 years practical postgraduate experience focusing on human capacity development in agriculture extension services. She is responsible for thematic aspects of the SCAA, human capacity development at university and agriculture college levels in Africa, emphasizing value chain oriented curriculum that is nutrition sensitive, entrepreneurship focused, and e-learning compliant, and emphasize on agriculture sustainability. Yeah, here Dr. Messi. Dr. Messi, can you unmute yourself, Dr. Messi?
Hi, are you hearing me?
Yeah, we are hearing and we are unable to see you. Can you video also you can unmute?
Yeah. Yeah. Are you here? Are you seeing me now?
Yeah, we are seeing. Hi, Mercy. Hi, Dr.
How are
Mercy. We
you?
are seeing you. Yeah, we are fine. Yeah, we all are fine. We are waiting to hear from you, and you can share your PPT. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let me see. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. We can see your PPT. Yes, Dr. Mercy. Yeah. Again, it went. You can once again you can share. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Are you seeing it now?
Yeah, we are seeing. Kindly make it full screen mode, Mercy, Dr. Mercy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Great. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd like to start.
Yeah, please start. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Dr. Saravana. I know we've met a couple of times at AIAE conferences.
Yeah.
And I want to congratulate Manage India for organizing this meeting, this conference. It started since last year, I think, and I think due to the disturbance we had in 2020, we couldn't really come up with this meeting. But it's good that we are having this meeting, and the topic is really very interesting. Getting agricultural extension and advisory services from innovations to impact. This is very useful. The topic is Sasakawa Africa Association Demand-Driven Curricula, a model for capacity development of extension agents in Ethiopia and Mali. These are two countries in Africa. And with me as co-author is Asa Kante. I'm sure she's not able to join us because I'm joining from Ethiopia and she's based in Mali. So probably due to connection problems, she's not really joining us on this meeting. By way of introduction, let me give you a flashback to the late 70s and early 80s, when many African countries struggled to cope with food insecurity as a result of drought, and then that led to famine. In Ethiopia, for instance, between 1983 and 1985, there were about 1.2 million people that died as a result of famine, about 400,000 refugees outside their countries, about 2.5 million people were internally displaced, and this led us to having about 200,000 orphans at that time. The same in Mali, between 72 and 84, there was a severe drought that affected the country. About 100,000 people died, especially from the northern part of the country. If you know Mali very well, Timbuktu, Gao area, people died as a result of hunger. And another 750 became completely dependent on foreign food aid. Normally when this happens, we all know that governments of nations, international organizations, individuals, philanthropists, they normally respond through food aid. But in the
Dr. Messi, just a minute. Are you moving the slides? Are you moving the slides?
I'm not moving yet. I will soon move, please.
Okay. Thank you. Go on. Okay.
Yeah. Governments of nations, international organizations, individuals, philanthropists responded by sending food aid to these countries. But in the spirit of give a man a fish and you give this man food just for one day, but when you teach him how to fish, you will feed him for a lifetime. These three gentlemen, Roishi Sasakawa from Japan, Norman Borlaug, the one that we know very well, the father of the Green Revolution, and former President Jimmy Carter, they came together to find a more sustainable solution to African food problems by creating the Sasakawa Global 2000 Africa Agricultural Initiative. And then in 1986, Sasakawa Africa Association was established. Now, when we look at agriculture in the two countries that we are considering, Mali and Ethiopia, it is really, these are countries highly dependent on agriculture. 80% of the population in Mali engage in agriculture, still the cornerstone of the economy. In Ethiopia, it constitutes about 46% of the GDP and so on. So, but agriculture in the two countries is still highly dominated by subsistence farming and the low level of production. So governments in these two countries, they are actually looking at agricultural educational institutions, the research sector, and extension to solve this problem. And agricultural training institutions, they are expected to play leading role. So when Sasakawa Africa Association started in 1986, they were coming in to actually bridge the gap between research and farmers, especially the smallholder farmers, through agricultural extension. But when they started in 86, they soon realized that those that are within the agricultural extension system, they lack the functional skill, the methodology to take this research to farmers and also take farmers' problems to the researchers. So there was this gap. The work could not continue. So there was need for human capacity development. That was how the whole idea of developing the capacity of agricultural extension staff and the entire system came into being within the Sasakawa Africa Association approach. So when we started, we support in-service degree and diploma program for mid-career extension professionals. For Ethiopia, we've been around for 23 years. And in Mali, we've been around for 18 years. For the Sasakawa Human Capacity Development Program, it is demand-driven curriculum. Inherent in it is the supervised enterprise project, where our students go back to the field and work with farmers to solve their problems along commodity value chains. And these problems are translated into projects that can later on result into enterprises for farmers. So we have demand-driven curriculum concepts, experiential learning concepts, value chain, and entrepreneurship concepts in this curriculum. So universities in Mali and in Ethiopia, they have adopted the Sasakawa demand-driven curriculum model. So what we want to do in this study is to look at the steps in this model, how we go about developing the model, and describe the training institutions that have adopted the model, the students, and then the reasons for the adoption of this model, and also their perceptions, that is of training institutions, Ministry of Agriculture, on the importance of the model, as well as look at some of the challenges that we are facing currently. The conceptual framework is actually based on experiential learning with concrete experience, observations, reflection, formation of abstract concepts, and then testing the implication of those concepts. So by way of methodology, we use MIST method to collect our data, purposive sampling, random sampling, and then we analyze the content in focus group discussion, descriptive statistics, then involving the staff of the agricultural colleges in Mali, universities in Mali and Ethiopia, the rural technical centers, that is the Ministry of Agriculture, Arms, and the Bureaus of Agriculture. By way of sample, we have 384, but finally we have 360 that we got, that's about 94%. Purposefully, we invited program coordinators, lecturers, heads of alumni associations, staff of the technical service unit, and then Bureaus of Agriculture for the interview and focus group discussion. Now,
sorry for interrupting, ma'am. We see an obstacle on the screen on the presentation. If you have any kind of a window, can you just close that chat or a participants window on your left or right side? A sort of a square box.
Square box, that is, okay, it is...
yeah, can you just minimize that or make it sideways so that we can see the screen?
I can't, okay. Is it okay?
Not okay, ma'am, but still, yeah, good to go. Perfect.
Yeah, it's good to go now. Yeah, the demand-driven curriculum, we go into the country. We had a lot of informal dialogue among key stakeholders that we identified. And then we clarify common visions and missions with them on the issue of agricultural extension. And then we have formal training needs assessments conducted with all stakeholders along commodity value chains. Then we have workshops conducted for stakeholders, and then we come up with the findings of the training need assessment to have our draft curriculum with the training institution, and then the stakeholder validation workshops of the content of the curriculum. Then we develop all the modules that are attached to the curriculum, because in some countries, the notebooks are outdated. We don't even get textbooks. They need backup materials to be able to deliver on this curriculum. And then we develop MOU, Memorandum of Understanding, on implementation modalities between partners, that is the employers, the training institutions, and all other stakeholders. And then we can start the whole process again when we want to review our curriculum. So for Mali, we started in 2002, and we have 3 institutions: IPR, IFRA, Institut Polytechnique Rural, this is in French. That is the institute, the arm of the University of Mali that deals with rural development. We have a BSc program there. Then we have Samanko Agricultural Center, where we have a diploma level program, a 2-year program. And then recently we are engaged with a new university, University of Segu, Mali, where we have another BSc program. In Ethiopia, we have a consortium of 9 universities that are ongoing in the program. We started with Haramaya University. It is a BSc program, Hawassa, then Bahada University, Mekele University, Wolo University, Jima, Abba Mensch University, Samara University, and Jijiga University. What we do, because the curriculum is need-based, so it is based on the advisory service needs that farmers and all actors along commodity value chain that they need. So we make sure that the curriculum reflects all these needs. So far in Ethiopia, we have 9 programs, and then in Mali, we have 3 programs. Why did they adopt the program? That is this demand-driven curriculum. According to the ratings, they said it is a need-based curriculum. It is demand-driven. It is participatory because for the first time, we bring employers, we bring a university, we bring agricultural college, we bring all the commodities stakeholders along the various segments of commodity value chains. We are all together developing, participating in the development of a curriculum. Then it is community development oriented. Our students, they go back to the community as their project to work with farmer groups. They organize them into groups where they don't exist, and they work with them along various segments of the value chain, and these projects are translated into enterprises before this, with farmers or farmer groups. And then we have enterprise development components of this curriculum, because we also equip our students with entrepreneurship skills on various aspects, various segments of the value chain. Then we have the practical component. We normally recommend 50-50 component, that is theory practical. Agriculture should not be taught solely in the classroom without the practical component. Then we have the linkage between universities and agricultural colleges. We see universities and agricultural colleges relating, as they deliver on this curriculum. Then we have diversified mode of delivery. We have the face-to-face, we have the weekend mode, we have the summer mode, we have the online e-learning platform where we deliver on this curriculum. So this enables us to reach out in a very inclusive way to women that do not have time to leave their family, to people with special needs that cannot really move about to attend full face-to-face program. And then the curriculum is backed up with modules where there is no textbook, especially in the Francophone setting, where textbooks on agricultural extension are really very scarce. We encourage lecturers to come up with modules that are validated and they are using, and they also review these modules on a regular basis. So far, we have these training institutions, 9 in Ethiopia, 3 in Mali, 1 agricultural college, and 2 universities in Mali. And we have in Mali, in Ethiopia, we have 2,421 students, both graduates and current, that we have trained and that we are training in the program. In Mali, we have 867 students, graduates and current, in program that have participated or participating in program. But what you see is the gap between male and female students in the program. What we have been able to reach over the years, we've been able to reach 22% female participation in the program. This is also showing the graduates and current students. It all depends on the number of training institutions and how many years they've been implementing the program. So perceptions of training institutions and the Ministry of Agriculture on the importance of this curriculum. According to them, it fits very well to national professional development policies, either on education or on agriculture for human capacity development. And then there's a lot of skill acquisition, especially the functional skill. In a place like Mali, when we got there as far back as 2002, there were only 2 people trained in agricultural extension, and they were trained outside the country. There was no course on agricultural extension in the university. So we actually started the development of this program, training program in agricultural extension in Mali. The belief in Mali at that time, they would tell you that any technical person, as long as you have the technical skill, you can do agricultural extension. And that agricultural extension can only be acquired through experience in the field. It was when we started training, they saw the content and then the output and the outcome that we are having, that they started realizing the importance of having your training in agricultural, human capacity development in agricultural extension. Because today, we have most of our graduates leading key extension parastatals in Mali. So what are some of the skills that they have acquired? Communication knowledge skill, this is very outstanding. Technical knowledge and skills, also very outstanding. Managerial skills, human relations skills, entrepreneurial skills, decision-making and problem-solving skills, critical thinking skills, research skills, and then skills in value chain management. And whether they have fully applied or not applied these skills, they said they have fully applied the skills that they gained during, in the program in their present job. So what are employers saying about this program? They said it has improved skills and knowledge of extension staff in the two countries. Needs of farmers along value chain agriculture are met in the curriculum. They have been able to, we support training institutions to deliver the curriculum because a lot of training of trainers are attached to this curriculum. A lot of curriculum development activities and review activities are attached to this curriculum. A lot of modules are developed in this curriculum. And then we also ensure that in some places where they are weak, the lecturers are weak in terms of their qualification, we try to organize how they get scholarship to have their master's and PhD, especially the women in the faculty. We bridge the gap between training institutions and employer. For the first time in the two countries, in Ethiopia, the bureaus of agriculture colleagues are talking to the university about their needs. They are discussing on a daily basis. When we are implementing in the field, they are there with us. So for the first time, we bridge the gap between the gap between academia and the field. And then the SEPS component of this program has led to various rural enterprises that are developed with farmers by our students. We have been able to improve research extension linkage in Mali and Ethiopia because of comparable qualification. This was an issue for a very long time. When you talk to the researcher, he will tell you the extension guide does not have the required qualification. So with this, because we have some of our colleagues, some of our students that are graduate, they have their BSc, some have even gone for their MSc, and some are PhD holders. In Ethiopia, for instance, the Vice Chancellor of Haramaya University is a graduate of this program. He is now a Vice Chancellor. So we have been able to improve advisory service provision along value chain and then facilitation of value chain actors, because now value chain actors are talking together, unlike before. New card created for extension workers in the civil service. Before, there was no portfolio for extension service in the civil service, for example, in Mali, because they don't even know about it. They didn't think that it was needed, but now they have their own cadre very well created for them in the country. So change in employment status since graduation, some of them have been seconded, transferred to another employer, very few of them, but they all have new, most of them have new responsibilities and duties assigned to them. They've been promoted to better position with salaries and benefits, and then some of them even have their own enterprise by the side. They became self-employed. So what are some of the implications of this type of program? We believe that agricultural extension curriculum in Africa should be demand-driven. It should be need-based. It should be value chain-oriented, market-oriented, and the practical component should be very strong so that we can have impact at farmer level. We also believe that employers, both public, private, NGOs, whoever they may be, they should come together with training institutions and discuss curriculum, discuss the conceptualization, discuss the implementation, even evaluate curriculum, monitor and evaluate together, because they can influence curriculum content to meet market needs. And then we believe that action research, because this is the basis of our supervised enterprise project, this will bring together farmers, students, lecturers, employers to solve farmers' problems. They will learn from farmers. Farmers will also learn from them. Lecturers will learn all the theories that they teach in the classroom. They can learn on the validity of these theories, and they can improve on their course content that they teach to students. So we bring all of them together. Lecturers leave the ivory tower. There is this ivory tower syndrome that you feel lecturers are up there. They cannot soil their hands. Then we make sure that we bring them together. In fact, some of our vice chancellors, when we are going to the field, they go to the field with us for the first time. An agricultural extension program should achieve both learning and development objectives for better impact at farmer level. Curriculum should not just be for learning, but there must be the development arm. Students must be made to achieve development objectives for better impact at farmer level. Otherwise, the farmers at community level will be left behind, and university will be operating in isolation. So we also believe that flexible modes of delivery should be considered for inclusiveness in the implementation of agricultural extension curriculum. Because women in our program, we've been able to reach only 22%, between 20 and 22% in all our program in Africa, because we are in 11 countries with 30 agricultural training programs with universities and agricultural colleges. But put together, we only have 20 to 22% women participation in the program. And when we conducted a study to find out why the participation is low, they gave us a lot of reasons. Cultural barriers, socio-cultural issues, they cannot leave the family, a lot of things. But if we have flexible mode of delivery that will allow them to at least study and work and still take care of their family, we believe this will be, this will improve. So recently, we operate different flexible modes of delivery. There are weekend programs, there are summer programs, there is the e-learning platform that we launched in Ethiopia and Mali recently, and it's really working great. So by way of a conclusion, I think once again, I want to thank Manage for organizing this meeting. This is what we are doing in 30 universities. That is what we are running in 30 universities and agricultural colleges in Africa, in 11 countries. And we hope to continue to upscale in some of other, the other African countries. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Messi, for very quite interesting presentation, and it is very relevant for even India and even neighboring countries like Asian continent also. We also part of changing curriculum and planning to implement across the country. And a new curriculum already proposed to the ICR, Indian Council of Agriculture Research. And once it come out and how to take it up to across the country, we also thinking in the big way. Thank you very much for your quite interesting presentation. But I have few questions, and also maybe participants, they may put in chat box, few more questions may be coming. When you are working Mali and Ethiopia, any significant difference you see when you are working with the universities and other stakeholders, or it is one and the same?
Do you want me to answer as you ask the question?
Yeah, that will be fine, yeah.
In Ethiopia, Ethiopia is really an English-speaking country, though the local language, Amharic, is official, but we teach in English. It is considered an English-speaking country. Mali is a French-speaking country. So Mali follow what we call license, masters, and doctoral program. That is they call it LMD program. So you really need to understand when they say license, it does not not the equivalent of BSc. They are just trying to equate all these things now, because our program in Mali, we started with what we call Maîtrise en Vulgarisation Agricole. That is, if you translate that verbatim, it is Masters in Agricultural Extension, but it is not. It is actually BSc in Agricultural Extension. So there are lots of, differences in the structuring of the educational system between Ethiopia and Mali. But right now, in the new system in the Francophone countries, I think they have aligned very well to the Anglophone system. So there isn't much problem. But one issue that I also want to mention in the Francophone and that is in Ethiopia and Mali is the system. The system can be a bit faster. That is when you are working, because we are bringing people together. We are working within a system. That is, in Ethiopia, you work with the Ministry of Agriculture through the bureaus of agriculture, and you can get things done faster. But in the Francophone system, it's a bit slow when you are trying to get things done. Then in our supervised enterprise project, because Mali, because of the location, it is a landlocked country, and the soil issue is very pertinent there. So most of our supervised enterprise projects are on conservation agriculture, regenerative agriculture, nutrition sensitive, agricultural projects in Mali. Unlike in Ethiopia, where more of our projects are, still on production agriculture, though we take it along agricultural value chain. That's what I can say.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Messi. When we are talking first, also you told something like it is entrepreneurship oriented or value chain approach you are given like that. But when we see the skills uptake or one of the slides you are talking, among all the skills, only entrepreneurship skill was less, 50% or something. But otherwise, others, they are agreed for more than 70, 80 or 90% there is usage. But only one skill, entrepreneurship related skill is very less, it is used. So why it is so?
Thank you very much for that observation. Our students in Mali and Ethiopia, they are mid-career professionals. That is, they are released to come into the program, and then when they finish with the program, in fact, there is an agreement they sign with their employer, mainly the Ministry of Agriculture, before they come into the program. And when they complete the program, they have to go back to the ministry to continue as professionals in the ministry. So most of them, in terms of going entrepreneurship, personally, they do that maybe after retirement or just alongside. So these are issues.
Okay.
But now that we have opened up to youth, regular students that do not have employers. So I think that skill, we are actually working hard on that skill within the curriculum, so that the youth that will not, they can easily acquire that and be job creators rather than job seekers. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Messi. But another one, and when you are taking up this type of demand-driven curriculum, you are training the students, the faculty competencies are more important. When you are taking this project, how really you are ensured those who are faculties taking up this type of activities or courses they are teaching, and how their competencies are improved before this project initiation?
Thank you very much for that question. We do a lot of TOTs, that is training of trainers. As need arises, we plan for this training. Either we outsource, that is, we bring in experts and we go to the university, we train them. It takes a huge part of this program, training of trainers. It is very, very important. So we train a lot, and then where the faculty is weak, in terms of, they only have BSc holders or MSc holders, we need PhD holders. We look for scholarship for them to do their PhD, And then we know that most of our faculties in Africa, except in few countries like in Uganda and probably Nigeria, the female ratio in the faculty is really very low. So we target women to train them in the faculty for their masters, for their PhD, so that they can also rise in the faculty and they can be role model for our female students. And one thing we also do is that we encourage them to do research, to attend international conference. We look for funds, we sponsor them, especially women, female faculty, to attend international conference, present papers, develop network. These are the things we do. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Metsi. And again, when generally if you see many of the universities or academia, they work in their own world, working, teaching with the students and research conducting and publishing papers like that. But it is generally how much it is really useful for the farmers or industry, that is questionable many times. And how you brought the industry and other stakeholders for consultation or to take forward this curriculum, demand-driven curriculum implementation. It is challenging or something, it is it went like that because of project all that came, or how it is taking all the other stakeholders like industry, others taking together and consultation making and moving forward, how it worked well.
When we enter into a country at the initial stage of this program, our first point of call is the Ministry of Agriculture. We go to the Ministry of Agriculture and introduce, what we are doing, what we have. When the Ministry of Agriculture is convinced, the Ministry of Agriculture management invites the Ministry of Education, and they sit down in a meeting and they discuss. When they are convinced, that is the Ministry of Agriculture and Education, they are already talking. It is when they are convinced that we go ahead to whichever institution they select, and then we start the whole process. So when nations or countries are requesting for this curriculum right now, the letter of interest comes from the Ministry of Agriculture in collaboration with the Ministry of Education. In fact, we have some programs in Nigeria, for instance, Usmanu Danfodio University. It is the Federal Ministry of Agriculture in Nigeria that is fully responsible sponsoring the program. Ministry of Agriculture in Mali is already taking charge of extending the program to all agricultural colleges. So our first point of call is the Ministry of Agriculture. We make sure that they understand, what the whole concept is, all about.
Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Messi. Very interesting presentation and very much useful for many more countries. You are already working in 11 countries, and I hope still you need to go forward with a large number of countries you need to work. And on behalf of Manage and all participants from India, we will send good wishes for you to take this important work to take forward. And also we thank you for today with us, and you are presented very interesting work you are doing in Mali and Ethiopia. Thank you very much, Dr. Messi. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.